Hi, welcome to 7 Report and another edition of 7's, our look at the vaping world, 7, whatever the topic happens to be, at a time. Today, 7 vaping innovations we would love to see. And we're going to count them down backwards from number 7 to number 1. So, number 7 vaping innovation we'd love to see . A full-face motorcycle helmet mod. See, I ride a motorcycle and I vape. The thing is, you can't do both at the same time. It's virtually impossible to vape while you're wearing one of these things. And because I like my chin the way it is, I always wear a full-face helmet. And I know there are a lot of other vapers who either ride motorcycles or snowmobiles or all-terrain vehicles wearing the full-face helmet. You just can't vape with one of these things on. Let me take this off, just a minute. Whew! Hard to breathe in there inside too, not just vape. So our suggestion is one of two things. Either get a mod that would attach to the helmet, because there are a lot of other things that you can attach to helmets. Communication systems and mounts for digital video recorders. You could just mount a mod right to the helmet with a little mouthpiece that comes inside. But the really cool idea we have is to make the helmet the mod itself. Put a little mouthpiece right inside there that you can inhale your vape. Put the tank somewhere inside the body of the helmet with the coils. It'd be wonderful. A motorcycle helmet mod. Number 7 on our list of vaping innovations we'd love to see. Now for number 6. The number 6 vaping innovation we'd love to see, a double tank mod. Now I love my Aero Tank Mega. It holds quite a lot of juice, 3.6 mil. And they make bigger tanks than this. Some of them hold up to 6 mil. Problem is, sometimes you're tired of the juice you're vaping before you vape up the entire 3.6 or 6 mil. Well, you don't want to waste it and dump it out. And these tanks are not inexpensive, so chances are you only have one with the variable air control. What I'd love to see is a mod that has 2 tanks. That way you can have 2 flavors at the same time. Sure, you might require 2 buttons and 2 different ways for the tank itself to connect to the battery, but the engineers can figure that thing out. Let's get them working on a double tank mod. The number 6 vaping innovation we'd love to see. Coming in at number 5. A programmable, smart puff counter with memory. Matter of fact, we'd like to see 2 puff counters on a mod. Now, the puff counter that's on our iTaste MVP2 is okay, but every time you turn the battery off, it resets to 0. Well, that only tells you how many puffs you've taken during the time you've had the battery actually live. And can we please stop calling them puffs? I don't puff. I drag, I hit, I draw. I don't puff. What I'd like to see is a puff counter that doesn't reset to 0 until you reset it to 0. One that would actually allow you to program what it's counting puffs against. So you could program it to count the number of puffs you've taken on a certain coil, giving you a better idea of the lifespan of your coil. Or how many puffs you've taken on a certain tank, so that you get a better idea of when you're going to need to refill your tank, or how far up to fill your tank if you really think that, I'm not going to want to vape all day on this flavor, so I'll only fill the tank up about 1/3 of the way. Smart, programmable puff counter. Our number 5 vaping innovation we'd love to see. Now, coming in at number 4. The number 4 vaping innovation we'd like to see, a truly smart mod. Smart the way a smartphone is smart. Now I know there are a lot of mods that have electronic readouts, a puff counter, and you've got your own meter. I think one even comes with a calendar on it or something like that. But I'd like to see one that talks to you the way Siri talks to you on your iPhone. Let's call it Vaping. And Vaping could tell you how much juice is left in your tank.
0.3 ml of e-juice.
You could personalize Vaping. Tell it what to call you. Vapey, from now on, you call me Night Rider.
Night Rider? How about Cyril?
Maybe Vapey could have GPS and alert you when you're coming up on a vape shop.
There's a vape shop just 2 miles ahead.
And of course, Vapey would be able to tell you when your coil is getting ready to call it quits.
At your current rate of vaping, your coil will burn out in 20 minutes.
Speaking of coils, they take up our next 2 slots on the 7 vaping innovations we'd like to see. Coming in at number 3. Our number 3 vaping innovation we'd like to see, a permanent coil. Now I realize that could kill some coil makers' profit margins, so maybe not permanent, but one that lasts, instead of days or weeks, months. I mean, the coils are the second most replaced items on your vaping outfit, after the juice, of course. I wouldn't mind spending a little extra for a coil that's going to last me 6 months. So let's get the engineers working on that one. Permanent, or at least very long-lasting coils. Coming in at number 2 on our 7 vaping innovations we'd like to see. Our number 2 vaping innovation we'd like to see, universal coils. Now you can still have different ohms, because I realize people like their different ohms and like to have a little bit of personalization. But there's no reason that a coil that fits a Kanger Aerotech Mega couldn't fit an Aspire Nautilus if we just all got on the same page and established some standards. I mean, if you have more than 2 or 3 different tanks by 2 or 3 different manufacturers, you go crazy trying to keep track of what coils you need, which ones you've run out of. If one coil would fit all the tanks, that would solve an awful lot of problems. Universal coil, our number 2 vaping innovation we'd love to see. And coming in at number 1, the number 1 vaping innovation we'd love to see, a definitive independent study on the health effects of vaping, done by a third party who has nothing to gain, nothing to lose by the outcome of the study. That would show either ill effects or good effects or benign effects of vaping on health. And I think that you'll probably agree with me, as one who has been vaping for a while and has been completely off of tobacco cigarettes. At the very least, the very worst a study like that could show is that vaping is healthier than smoking. And I think what we really would see is that vaping is actually not bad for you, and there might be some health benefits. I've seen a couple of studies that indicate that nicotine may actually have some neurological benefits. So there you have it, the 7 vaping innovations we would love to see. A motorcycle helmet mod. Where did I put the helmet? A motorcycle helmet mod. We'd also like to see a double tank mod, programmable puff counter, a smart mod with GPS that talks to you, permanent or long-lasting coils, universal coils, and that definitive independent study on the health effects of vaping. The 7 vaping innovations we'd love to see. Thanks for stopping by 7 Report today. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/7report. Check out the website, 7report.com, for more lists of 7 and reviews and vaping stories and other information. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/7report. And also follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/7report. Oh yes, and embrace the vape. And if you have any innovation ideas, leave them in the comments section below. Thanks again for stopping by.